There we are. Well, good morning. Oh, hold on. I can't even see. I can't see the YouTube chat. Hold on. Where'd it go? There we go. Good morning. It's not really morning for most people, I know, but it's still morning for me. Boy, I am not looking forward to losing that hour of sleep tomorrow. Anyway, here we are, or a kingdom as voted by the community, which I should not have been surprised about that. As I've said in my community post, just lately I've been vibing with the grind. I'm only level 38, which is 2 away from the cap. It's 138. So I got some grinding to do if I want to make it to cap, and lately I've just been vibing with some chill tunes and running dungeons. So I figured, hey, what the heck, let's do that. I'm gonna pull out all the stops for a nice smooth run today. I don't normally use all the buffs, but today I think I'm gonna. Yeah, today I think I'm gonna. So, as usual, I've got my Genshin Impact music to go in the background. And let's just get this started. Let's see. Where are we gonna start? There we go. This is actually one of my favorite tracks on the Genshin Impact soundtrack. From Fontaine, so I'll put it there to start, and then we'll put it on shuffle. I should have grabbed all my buffs before, but that should do. I'm not gonna go too hard. I'm not gonna go too hard on the fancy stuff. That should be good. That should be good. May as well grab the quest. Ugh. Yeah, it's morning for me, so gonna be yawning a bit. I did have my first coffee, but I didn't have time to make another one before we started. So I've just got a pot of Irish breakfast tea. I think I need some more buffs before we go in too. Where is he? There you are. No, everybody that runs dungeons with me on a regular basis knows that I am notorious for not having any more buffs, so let's just buy a bunch. And then we're covered for a while. I could recruit, because I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to beat them pretty smoothly. So I could recruit a party. Should we try? No, it's not really fair for people that don't know that they're going to be live. Oh, right, and Eidolons. So here's the cutie from the thumbnail. And then, of course, Otohime. But this is my new Storm Eidolon. Yeah, the grass is in the way. Hold on, hold on. The expressions on the reactions there just don't really suit that cute face, in my opinion, but whatever. Yeah, we'll just go alone. And I always start with hell mode when I'm on the grind by myself. Alrighty. Food, we're good. I'm gonna use a charm because why not? These things are pretty rare right now. Okay, we'll use one. I'm using one of my limited manuals as well, may as well. Did I... 1 hour, 1 hour? Yeah, I must have just popped those two. Alrighty, that's it. Now, I shouldn't be able to fail with this much going on. Oh, something else is, I finally finished gathering up the 50 Olympus cups to get myself a, one of the anima from the store. Or sorry, from the encyclopedia? Words. I got words. And I picked Rachel for the total def reduction. There isn't really any storm animas in there that are available to pick, so I decided to go with Rachel. If you don't have a specific element requirement, that's not a bad choice. If you're like me and don't have any of the other fancy anima. Now, just to be safe, I don't really want to bring the mobs to the boss here. And I don't really want Otohime dying before I can even use her. But we should be good. Yeah, not that much of a problem. I was still struggling a little bit with these guys last week. And then I got lucky with a drop in one of the bond dungeons, by which I mean I was looking through my inventories and found a bond dungeon drop that was chilling in a storage warehouse somewhere. And I finished off my Xiao Chow for a little bit more pen. Music could be a little bit more upbeat. Wrong vibe, but whatever. If there's one thing I love about Whip, it's the massive spam of numbers. Alright, I'm feeling confident, but let's not even bother finishing off the mobs. Whip. I think Otohime died there and I didn't even notice. Should be fine. This music really is wrong, though. Oh, what's going on over here? I'm getting pings on Discord. Oh, dear. Oh, they're not going to be able to raid again tonight. That's okay. I'll see if I can join in the other raid. These guys are fine to bring to the boss, too. Not too shabby. The Eidolons here are a lot tougher though, so with all these extra limited time boosts, I wonder if it'll feel different compared to yesterday. I should put up the damage window here, actually. Whoop. Alright, well, I got distracted by the damage window, but... yeah, it's pretty smooth. A little bit larger on the font size there so I can actually see. Oh, and then I canceled it. Whatever. I guess it wasn't meant to be. Considering I'm using all these fancy buffs, I probably shouldn't fritter around like this. I should just get a mosey on, eh? Oh, darn, I didn't even check what my experience was at when we started. It was at, like, probably before something? All right, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about that odd private live stream thing that I did, where basically I just live streamed to nobody for an hour to check. There's a new game coming out somewhat soon. Gosh, it's coming out on the 20th, so that's a little over... That's about 2 weeks away, right? Oh gosh, what day is it? Yeah, about 2 weeks away. Xenoblade Chronicles X is going to be coming out on the 20th, so I took some days off work with the intention of live streaming it, but... Oh, thanks, Pumaline. Yeah, I took some days off work with the intention of live streaming Xenoblade Chronicles X, but my main thought process was that because the composer is Sawano Hiroyuki and there's some vocal tracks in there, that the music would get claimed or muted while live streaming, which obviously wouldn't be good. So I just did a private live stream so that I didn't have to worry about if it actually did get muted. Well, that was a complete waste of Otohime there. And as it turns out, it won't get muted, so that's fine. But the vocal tracks do get claimed. All the other background music is fine, but the tracks that have singers in them, they get claimed. So we should be good to go for our live stream because like I don't put ads on the live streams anyway. So as long as it's not adding them, which it looks like it doesn't, we're good. So look forward to that. Hopefully. I've actually never played Xenoblade Chronicles X because, and there's actually a story about that. I really wanted to find a Wii U so that I could play it because I don't have one. So I was looking around before the Wii U shop closed to try and find like a secondhand or a used one. And I have some relatives in like a city that's quite a ways away that I knew they had one because we had played a game that had to be on the Wii U because I remember it used that extra screen. But, like, they kept telling me, no, we've only got a Wii, no, we've only got a Wii. But they're not really gamer types, so I figured that maybe they just didn't realize that the Wii U wasn't an accessory for the Wii. And the last time I was there was after the Wii U shop had already closed, and so they showed it to me, and they're like, yeah, this is totally just a regular Wii. And it's like, no, that's the Wii U. So they had it the whole time, literally not even touching it. And I missed my chance. So I've been kind of beaten up by the fact that I really wanted to play it and I missed a chance. So you can't believe how hype, you wouldn't believe how hype I was when I finally heard about the remaster. That being said, when I know it's from a series that I'm really fond of, I have a tendency to not look up anything about it. So obviously I know the music, but I haven't looked up anything about the story, so it's going to be pretty exciting for me. Plus, I hear the X is supposed to mean exploration. I think I just need to recalibrate. There, that's a bit better. Oh. I'm not doing very good remembering to switch my eidolons when I'm talking, though. A very professional gamer moment. Ooh. Focus. Now, good thing about this game, of course, is that there's no penalty for death, but I do gotta watch out for my, my durability. Actually, last night I was running, and I completely wasn't paying attention. And right after beating that boss, my weapon just completely broke. And yes, I am going to pick up all those garbage weapons because I need some fragments. I'm still working on my holy chest. Alright, this time we're going to lock in. And I am wearing the crown because I'm linking Hoda right now. His crown. And I wanted to try and bait him into giving me more frags. Feels like this has all been Fontaine music. It's on shuffle. Oh no, this is whoop. Don't get distracted by the music. I have to focus on fighting too. I figure, in terms of time, I'll just keep going until, maximum 3 hours. Definitely no more than 3 hours, because I've got stuff that I've got to get done today, but figure we'll just keep going until I run out of dungeons. And I've still got solo achievements I need to complete, so I am going to be doing the solo modes. Oh hey, Resonant Emblem, welcome! This guy feels kind of weird in that it feels like he barely attacks. Probably the easiest boss of these dungeons. But also, the chests that spawn under them in party mode don't have the shields, so you'll be accidentally nuke them every time. Which is fine if you're running alone, but... Oh, right, yes, this guy's actually... His AoEs are kind of tough. What buff did I get? Just flat damage. So this emblem here... Every time you get a character up to level 20, S25, 125, you'll get a, another layer for it. So I'm up to 6, which is nice, but it is random what buff you get. So you could either get something that doesn't affect your damage at all, like move speed. You can get a pretty meh one, like just regular damage. Or you can get detail damage. I think pen wouldn't help me here because I'm over the pen. Yeah, 222. There's only 210 pen here, so I don't need any more pen. But detail damage would be nice. Oh right, I accidentally, when I died I lost my pets. Why do I feel like the music is just off today? Oh yeah, this guy should be fine. I think the worst thing about Whip, because I do enjoy playing it, but the worst thing is that it just does a terrible job of gathering up mobs, because all of its skills are too, I don't know, it just feels like they're really restrictive. I guess I don't play too many melee classes. I'm much more of a fan of the ranged, which can gather up mobs pretty good. Can't wait to be doing this with my stellar sphere in the future. Alright, like I said, I'm gonna do solos, so... Time for easy mode. So for move speed, I think the best Eidolon I have to use is... Santa Ayako. She's got both move speed stars as well as a move speed buff. Not that that's gonna help too much. Yeah, I guess it's just the AoE doesn't hit mobs very well for gathering purposes. Like, that's the best range I've got there, is on the Windbreaker one, but... Ooh, bad jump cast. Now, if I was smart, I probably should have picked up a bunch of Rhapsody as well. And then I could alternate between Spur and Rhapsody, but I don't know that I'm rich enough to alternate buffs like that and not feel it. Yeah, I did just do some big spending. This would be so much more fun to gather up mobs on, like, Ravager or something. I don't know that I've seen a Ravager here. Would their Flame Axe just bounce out? Battle Stones from the new event worth it. If I'm being honest, because I've been working, I have not actually checked out the buffs myself. However, my informants have advised me not to bother because the rates for upgrading are too ridiculous. I think they said it was 10% and then a chance of success, and then you've got to upgrade it several times. I actually haven't even looked at it myself, though. Yeah, I was pet sitting this last week, which means not a lot of sleep. I absolutely adore the lovely little Missy. Stella's her name. She's a beautiful little lady. But unfortunately, when she's a little anxious, she doesn't sleep good. So I haven't been sleeping, which means that after work I was taking a lot of naps and going for a lot of walks. I haven't had a lot of time for games. Okay, a little story about Stella. Stella being the lovely little pup that belongs to my mother. When she was little, I taught her that a boop on the nose was a sign of love. So she learned that if you tap somebody on the nose, it means you love them. So she likes to come up and tap me on the nose a lot, and my nose is extremely accessible while I'm sleeping. Ah, Stella. Yep. Wow, I missed every single one of those for target too far. You know, I could be using this one. 3 battle soul for move speed. Let's try and see if I can figure out how to get that to... I actually use the move speed for Mighty Lash as well. But it doesn't work, I believe, if you kill them. Or maybe it does. A lot of the classes, the buff effects on these kind of skills don't work if you kill the mobs. You should probably wait for them. I never know whether it's worth it to wait to kill the mobs. I mean, with these many charms on, it's probably not. It's probably better just to move on. Oh well. By the way, if anyone in chat is also in game and wants to join in part way, we can't. I don't mind cutting out the solo runs just to run with people for a bit, but you'd have to join in partial way. And also be aware that you're going to be on the stream. Oh right, I was trying to utilize my healing skill. You know, something I didn't realize until just yesterday when I was running through the new floors of the vault, which is one thing I did make time for, so that I could have some footage for it for the video I'm going to put out tomorrow. This healing skill, Blood Desire, because it heals a percentage, not a number, it's not affected by the debuffs. So this skill still full heals when you're inside the places with debuffs, which is very cool. I don't think a lot of classes have a percent heal, though. Not bad. Anybody needs a Blue Oath helmet, let me know. I haven't done solos very much here, but I got some achievements I should be knocking out here. Look at these. Still have Talaman to kill? Yeah, no, that makes sense. I don't do, oh, there we go. Ancient War Gods Brute. Hold on a minute. That's the S25 dungeon, isn't it? It is. I should do that too today. I wasn't able to solo it before, so let's see if I can now. Yeah, Ancient War Gods Brutality. I wasn't able to solo it before, so if I can do it now... Oh, we better actually get in there before noon, huh? Maybe we'll do this one first. Alright, we're gonna run 1, 2, 4 of the other dungeon, one of each modes, because they're set at 12 o'clock is gonna put them all... Oh, bye. You know, recently I said that I hadn't seen the exploding textures for a while, and so I thought it was fixed. But then, of course, as soon as I said that, it started coming back. But what other game can you experience the world imploding all around you and still being perfectly playable? If you call this perfectly playable. I kind of love it, and I kind of hate it. Yeah, for some reason it seems like my the tracking for my VTuber keeps getting a little off kilter, so it looks like I've got a crick in my neck when my head is up. So hold on a second, I'm gonna recalibrate one more time. That looks better. Alright. 4 runs here, and then we're gonna see if I can hack it in War of God's Brutality. Because I couldn't before. But today I'm stronger. Hold on, where's Discord? There we go. Did I get turned around? Yes. That's what I get for looking at my other screen. Oh shoot, this is back to hell mode. I should probably switch back to Otohime. Okay, we'll give it a shot with just my little sneak guy. Whoop, these guys stun and it hurts. Maybe we'll pull out Otohime. That's actually the major problem with this boss. Is the first boss here is just the stuns. I was worried the first time I ran it as a solo, but the whip has enough what do you call it? Damage, I guess you could say, just with Blood Whip being left on field while I'm stunned, that I'm not gonna die as long as I get it in, but those stuns really hurt. I don't know why they don't give us a stun block at least for a couple seconds, because there's so many AoEs on the... if you let the mobs get ya. Be safe to use it now. Yeah, pretty easy if you can avoid getting stunned, but that's the key part. I struggled a lot more on my bow because I just didn't have the same kind of nuke. Kinda wish my Eidolon wouldn't die so much, but what can I do about that? Equip some accessories, maybe? Oh, this boss should be okay to just run in. The reason why the chest is tougher than the boss escapes me. Some stun resistance on a more defensive gear set would be nice. Even just something like after your stun is cleared. I know for bosses they get 30 seconds of defense from stuns, but even for players, something like 2 seconds would even be enough to just not get chain stunned like that. Of course, I'm complaining about getting chain stunned in a dungeon that's designed for 5 players. If I was properly fighting with multiple players, it wouldn't be a problem. Pretty sure these mobs have a stun too. One of them anyway. Oh, but the final boss here is annoying. So I'm not gonna bring any mobs. No mobs to the boss, please. Wrong healing skill. There we go, Jormungand's good. Do I not have the other healing skill on my bar at all? Oh no, I do, I'm just blind. Oh, no, wrong button. So the reason why I'm not doing any damage at the start is because I have to break down the shield bar first. So I try not to go into my higher damage mode until that's broken. And ideally we trigger Obscure Mist to get all of it overlapping, but I'm not very good at this. And then we gotta avoid the traps. But there we go, that's 100 times through here. Ooh, King of Omniscience, that's not a bad title. I don't think it's better than Tears my favorite though. Did she silence me there for a second? Kinda looked like it. Oh well. Alright, we got 20 minutes till the reset. Yeah, so we're just gonna quickly run through one of each mode so that when we get the reset we'll have not lost any runs. And then we're gonna head over to Hidden Crystal's Cave. See if I can beat the big boys. Probably not a smart choice while I've got the fancy cards on, but who said I was smart? This is probably not smart either, but I think I can get him before everybody comes in to stun me. Yeah. I should probably edit this playlist so that it's got some more music that's more suitable for actually running dungeons, or make a separate one for when I'm not just chill vibes. It's 13 hours long though. I made it for when I'm doing the 12-hour Awakening marathons, which, speaking of, I probably have to do another one soonish. So I've got a why am I not even going into the... Yeah, well, we'll use it on that chest. I've got a okay, so in the server merge I ended up with 9 extra characters. So what I did was I made a bow that I'm going to use to test the below level 60 mastery once the bow rework comes, and I need to do the same for the Lancer because my main Lancer is actually quite tough. I'm not going to be able to test the below level 60 mastery stuff on her. So I'm going to have to do another 12-hour Awakening Rush type live stream at some point. It's just that when I was on the more of a shifty rotation type thing, I had more days off in a row and I could recover from a 12-hour live stream a little bit easier. So I don't know when that's going to be. But soon. Yeah, I'm still not going to bring mobs to this boss on this mode because those traps just eat me alive. Yeah, if you're watching and thinking, why am I just using the same 2 skills over and over again? I guess it's not so bad in party mode. Uh, but right here, stop scrolling. Right here, I've got my my skill element damage percents. I am debuffed. You can see that my physical skills do 21% less damage, but my storm skills are obviously clearly buffed up the most at 155%, which is why I'm kind of focusing on Blood Whip and Windbreaker. Those are my two storm skills. How soon is the bow rework? Probably summer. If they're following the same schedule that they've been doing, we're probably going to expect to see it in the summer. But I just kind of want to be ready, you know? Alright, I didn't grab a move speed Eidolon, so we're just gonna... reduce that. Actually, we could probably use the pumpkin. Yeah. Bow rework. A lot of people are worried because we're losing our dimensional shot, which is our current favorite skill. But I think as long as they give us a equivalently fun to use dark skill, so that all my dark equipment isn't worthless, we're good in my opinion. I haven't looked too closely at it because I want to view I want to be a bit surprised, you know? Alright, that'll do. It is 3, right? Yeah, 3 blood soul for 10% move speed. That's these fiery circles around the outside. Doesn't even have a cooldown, so I can just keep using it every time I build it. Nope, too soon. No, I might compare afterwards, but it's impressive how much they completely stacked the last dungeon with mobs and then put comparatively so few in here. You get way more experience from the first dungeon. You know, it looks like my Mighty Lash does give me the buff on use. I feel like that's new though, so maybe I'm gonna double check on some other classes, because I know, for example, Warbow's Arrow of Light move speed buff does not work. Or rather, did not work. If it killed the mob. The other thing is, it feels like they've been late on buffing some of the other classes. I've had this Bard buff that people keep telling me is supposed to happen soon. I've had the details for it sitting on my desktop just waiting for a chance to be made into a video. And just hasn't happened yet. Oh, my Hoder's getting kind of hungry. Did I bring any Eidolon food? No, of course I didn't. That would be smart. Yeah, we don't need to finish the dungeon before the reset, but... Does that mean we should run something else that's going to reset before we head over? Now we may as well just go. Should have bought some portal cards or something. Alrighty. We're going Hidden Crystal's Cave. And like I said, I actually have never beaten this alone before. So let's see. Let's see if my progress has been good enough. Actually, I don't even know how much pen these guys got. Or pen shield these guys have, I suppose I should say. I don't know that I've checked. I mean, obviously these guys are fine. And this guy should be fine too. He was always easier. Man, if this is complete nothing burger because I've actually improved my gear quite a bit, that's gonna be really anticlimactic. I almost kind of want to die, you know? And yes, that guy was always easy too. You know, I'm gonna check. What is the pen shield here? Because I actually have been, I was really disappointed that I wasn't able to damage the mobs on the Sky Tower Floor 71, so I've been focusing a lot on pen lately. So it's possible that this actually was the limiting factor for me. Where's the database? Probably not a good idea to be trying to Google something in the database while I am in the middle of fighting, but charts, dungeon effect. So that's not how I wanted to die. Alright, we should be safe here for a second. Ancient War, God's Brutality. No, it's only 130, so pen was not the limiting factor here. So I was actually just a scrub. Oops. Who is the final boss here? Why was I struggling with him? Okay, Warren Dix. He's only got... No, he doesn't have any extra stats, so it really was just probably the debuff was getting me down. I'm at 50% speed and crit now, so I'm probably good. Probably. Yeah, this is what... That's, that's the problem. Alright, so he spawns a group of mobs, and while the mobs are up, he's immune to damage. So we've got to take down the mobs and then take him down, hopefully really quickly. But also there's a bunch of AoEs happening in the background from the crystal in the middle. Definitely not a good use of time on my super XP card. Those are very expensive, but oh well. Actually, did that last guy even give me experience? Okay, yeah, no, I'm still getting experience, so it's not a complete waste, it's just mostly a waste. The run of shame. All right, I got my little pal. Let's go. Yeah, if I knew which AoEs were the ones that stunned, I would be more cautious, but... Did he reset? Yeah, he did. Of course he did. I ran way too far. And then I got stunned. You see that? I almost got a heal in while I was stunned. I'm gonna buy a couple feathers. My LP is fine, so I'm just gonna get a couple. That way we can run less often. Where are you hiding? Yeah, 15's good. It's pretty sad, though. I'm actually surprised that my stats are all still kept. I could use some more damage, but I have to upgrade to an S35 whip. And I'm pretty sure I haven't even seen any in the market. Alright, see if I can knock these guys out in one go. Alright, he's got his mobs back. Gotta avoid the AoEs. No sweat, no sweat. Don't run too far, don't reset them. Don't get stunned. That's the trick, don't get stunned. Oh, he didn't reset. Now he reset. Now, if I had Persephone, this would be a little bit easier, but I've left her on my main, so, or rather on midday, so I'm just gonna have to live without her. He's... Sorry, I'm in focus mode. Throw out one of those. That'll heal me. No, it didn't heal me. What? Go too far, he'll reset, though. I'm gonna use it. Oh, I did it. I did it. Oh, so close. You know, one skill I don't use very much on my whip, because it's just, I find it hard to fit in, is my silence skill. But what if I were to throw one of those on him? What does that stop? Okay. No, he hit me with that pretty tough. What about, since I've got a chance here... Maybe I'll throw some potions on my bar, too. So this is kind of what I was hoping it would be like. I know that I have got the stats to beat him. I just gotta be able to not get stunned even once. So the Eidolon I pulled out here is, what's her name? Iwanaga Hime. And she has got a healing that is basically the equivalent of one of these fancy potions. Actually, it's a little bit better now that I look at it. 8 seconds of 8% HP recovery, so it's not affected by any debuffs. Alright, we'll give it a shot. Use that in a pinch if they stun me. Maybe I'll silence you now. Nope, they got me. Alright, well that wasn't nearly fast enough, and I think she even missed me with the buff. Yeah, she missed me. But I think we're on the right track in terms of nuking? We got this. Hit you with the silence and then the stun. There we go. Watch him kill me from behind beyond the grave. It's literally just me forgetting that I've got a stun because Whip doesn't have a stun. Good job. Good job. And we're just in time to do it one more time. Whoop. Don't stand in the fire. Yes, please come over here. Thank you. Right. So for this version, a little bit easier. None of that weird mechanic stuff going on. Just gotta quickly knock Dix out if he spawns, and voila! It really is just Warren Dix that's a pain. And we can do it again in 60 seconds. You know, I think we probably should. I think we probably should do it again in 60 seconds. Again, complete waste of my fancy cards, but... such is life. I'm staring at the clock right now, so there's 20 seconds until 2 minutes passed. I don't know if it's intentional because they're being nice or something, but so that your timing is a little bit more flexible, but the actual reset is usually exactly 2 minutes after. Oh no, maybe not exactly 2 minutes after, but almost 2 minutes after. I thought it was exactly. I mean, when you're counting seconds like that. Let's go! No problems here. I kind of just want to finish these achievements, like, ASAP. The other day when I checked... I was like... Oh no, I did pass Shadow Theory, though. Next person to pass is GDS. Who's a lot ahead of me, so I've got some work to do. It's almost annoying how much easier the first bosses, or every other boss is compared to that one guy with his stuns and mobs and whatnot. Could probably even bring these guys to the boss. And then there's a long cutscene at the next box, so I can just run there. No sweat. And now that I've remembered that stuns exist, I'll get it first try. Maybe we'll stun him 3 seconds, or... Yeah, they're both 3 seconds, so I can choose which one I want to do first. Stun or silence. Oh, hey! Hello, Metaphys Gaming! This is the Whipmaster class. It's not the newest, but it is one of the newer ones. Actually, I guess it came out quite a number of years ago now that I think about it. If you're just joining in, this boss is annoying, so if I die, it's embarrassing, or it's not as embarrassing as it looks, okay? Alright, we're gonna take out these guys. Right, then we're gonna get in there with the stun. Or the death. You know, one of the two. Come on, we got this. These AoEs are just too much. No, I'm done. I got it! And then I lost it. I know how to do this. Whipmaster though, yeah, they got a nice little whip. Their main focus is storm elemental damage, so I got my 2 storm skills here. And this boss is very annoying, but I have beaten him once, so I can do it again, I promise. Do I have any buffs that ran out? I totally do. I've got my, I could probably clean this up a little bit. That's an inventory worth sorting. I've got a Marina's Call, and I've got an Elemental Cube, so we can throw those on and be the slightest bit stronger. Oh, come on, don't debuff my move speed while I'm trying to run to the boss, and yeah, waste of cards, but rest in peace cards, I didn't deserve you. But I'm gonna throw on some more of the regular ones. Alright. For real this time. Or not. I think as soon as I'm stunned, it's over. Oh! Whoop! Oh, we got this. Okay. Stun. Silence. Nope. I needed to heal in the middle and I didn't even try. No, he got me before I even silenced him. Why is it now that I notice that we've got more people? Hello, Ira. Feel free to come and join me if you feel like you want to put me out of my misery of struggling to beat this guy, but I did beat him once. I can do it again. What else can I do to be stronger? I don't think all resistances would help me. I think the only item in here that would actually... Oh, I guess I'm going to use some tonics. I got some tonics. The only item in here that would really make a difference, I think, though, is my candy, and I don't want to use that right now. No, enjoy being a god. That's not going to help me. 1 minute of healing? No. Once Ranger buff arrives, I am expecting that my bow is going to be a little bit more, competitive. And yes, I could trivialize this by just switching to Persephone, but I think I mentioned it earlier. I do not have her. Alright, shield is down. If you keep him moving, he's not supposed to be able to spawn his guys in again, but no, we missed the chance. That was a waste. I didn't realize we still had a couple cultists. How many AoEs? One of them's gonna get me. Nope. That's it. I think. Whoa. There! Look! I can do it! This is why I haven't finished the achievements here. Okay. Is he taking his own fire damage there? Listen, I knew I could do it because I did it. It just, how many feathers did I end up using? I don't know. I don't know where they are in my inventory. Too many. And then the final boss is easy. Actually, I don't know that I've ever seen anybody take this long on him, so I don't know what those AoEs do. What is that AoE anyway? Where is it coming from? Is that coming from over there? It might be. Self-destruction. Oh, it's freaking mobs just attacking me from the ground? So maybe I just need to be a bit more careful about knocking out those floor mobs before I get to the boss. Either way, I did it. No one could say I didn't. How many more do I have to go on the achievements for that? At least 11 times. I say at least, because I'll probably get tired and ask somebody to help me. And then I'll end up dying on the boss and not even getting it. Alright, we're going back to the S30 dungeons, because they've reset. I forgot my spur. I could have reused spur too. Oops. I'm really good at this game. Yeah, music's too friendly. Oh, Divine Trial started. I think it's still bugged though. Hello, Dario. I actually do. Hold on, focus, focus, focus. Don't die. I do have a Tachi tune. I have every class awakened. My Tachi is, I think, level S24. But the truth is, I haven't built her very much because I only got her to S24 recently, and I was trying to not invest too much into her weapons until I finished the holy chest. So she doesn't have a very good gear set. I think I need to re-log after this because it is getting a bit chunky. Do I have a odd window open? Maybe the battle window is doing it. Phew, it is getting kind of chunky. Yeah, after this run, I am going to re-log because that does tend to help with clearing out the frame rate drop. I mean, it doesn't help that I'm playing a class that's absolutely destroying my frame rate with the ridiculous amount of hit numbers I have on, but it's just so much fun to look at, right? I should probably turn it off. System settings. Where's the damage numbers? Okay, we'll turn off received damage, and we'll turn off personal damage value. And that'll help a bit with the, chunk. Hello, Shauna, Bane. Truth is, yeah, basically the original costume they start you with is just for aesthetics, so I highly do recommend that as soon as you find something you like more, you just throw it out. You can't dye it, it doesn't have stats, not really worth keeping. Yeah, wow, this is real. This is impressively, slideshow. You know, it's almost a shame that they decided to do that for the new players, giving them like a knockoff costume kind of thing. Because before, they used to have like a different costume, like a green quality one for every class that kind of like suited the class a bit, and now they're all just kind of whatever. Like, I don't know if you, I can't go to the character creation menu because I've got too many characters, but on the character creation menu, you can see the like each of the classes is wearing a unique costume. Back in the day, a lot of them actually started with that costume. Did they? I think they fancied them up a little bit since then, because, like, all the Grenadiers used to be in that... I think the bots used to be in the pink hair with that blue technician outfit or whatever. Oh, why am I not triggering all my buffs? There we go. But, like, I think with Necromancer? With the Reaper. With the Reaper, they started giving them unique costumes for each individual class, and I actually still have the let's see if I can find it. Yeah, the Aquila platoon uniform. It was a unique item that was only for I mean, yeah, that's my scythe, but yeah, the Aquila platoon uniform was specifically for just the scythes. Anyway, I am gonna quit the game for a second, because it's getting real chunky. It might be the battle combat tab. Oh gosh, this loading screen. Okay, so her name is supposed to be Yagami Hime, and she's beautiful. Not a super excellent Eidolon, so just definitely very aesthetic thing. But not only did they name her something completely different, they spelled Hime wrong. So that beautiful young lady, her name is Hachijo Hime. Anyway, this is my collection of characters. I've got my warbow, my guns, my wizard, my second warbow. This is the Tachi that I'm gonna have to eventually start leveling up for the when the class rework comes out. And then these are the ones that I've actually worked on. A little bit anyway, so here's my Tachi here. She's pretty cool. Anyway. Just doxing all my characters, no sweat. You can say impressive, but you could also say that it's, that's a lot of time spent in a game. Alright, we got all the buffs that I actually need are on. I don't know if I want to pop another one of even the premium cards. Oh yeah, so the other thing I'm using right now that's new is the I've locked the first 2 rows of my inventory here, so because I'm an auto sort person. I didn't think about it when I was setting it up, but I didn't have 2 full rows worth of stuff, so now it just drops random items in here as I'm running through the dungeon. Come here, hit you with the buff. Slow reaction time, Otohime. But hey, at least it's not playing like a freaking slideshow anymore, eh? Kind of feels like the color is lightened too. Did I accidentally lighten the color? Yeah, I'm sorry, I like it a little bit darker. There we go. That's better. Yeah, I think I need to make a playlist if I'm gonna be doing dungeon grinding. I need to make a playlist that's not got all this chill vibes music on it. Probably should have, probably should have pulled out a different... Alright, I forgot that I'm linking Hoder. Alright, after this dungeon we're switching Iwanaga Hime out. I wish they were a little bit snappier on the summon animations so that I can just use the skills, but I suppose that's a limiting factor. They don't really want you swapping Eidolon for skills super fast. Well, this is solo mode. I don't know why I'm putting so much effort into getting all these mobs up. And the other thing is that solo hell, or solo challenge, I guess, is, doesn't count towards your achievement still, right? Defeat monsters. Scroll down. That's an interesting achievement name. Oh. Let's go! Oh. Ow. Alright, so S35 weapons cannot be exchanged in the encyclopedia. So even off-element ones aren't completely worthless because you can use them for your Awakening Holy Chest. But rather than selling it, I'm probably going to try and use it for mine because I am still working on my Awakening Holy Chest. Let's see, where's my... I don't mind sharing how miserable my gear setup is. No problems with that. As you can see, I'm well on my way to finishing all the valuable ones. Now, if I understand correctly, this once you start getting into the top 10, it's not quite as good for most PvE players, but my stats are a little on the low side, so I don't know that it's necessarily the worst thing to just keep chugging away on Holy Chest, even the 40s and 50s. At least that's what I've been told. People have been telling me that... No, 10. It's useless. People have told me that the upper level ones are a little bit more PvP oriented. Last one, and then we get to go back to the other dungeon. Good question, Sleepy Cat, because I only ever go up to about 22, which is like around a 50% chance, I think. 21, 50% chance, something around there. I don't know if it's economical, but since I'm on the grind, I am getting weapons. I think somebody posted it in the Discord. Hold on, if I can, this is solo mode, or I should be able to just doink and then head over to the Discord. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. 28 will get you 100%. Somebody did post it in the Discord, that's where I found it. You know, that's actually the same as a S25 weapon. However, for 27, S25 is at only 91%, whereas for an S35, it's 98%. So your top number is still the same. If you're looking for 100%, you don't want to gamble at all. But personally, I'm going for like 22-ish, which is 54%, because I live for the gamble, you know? And then the question is, once I finish with this weapon, and I get myself an S35, do I transfer this fort over there, or do I stick this into my holy chest and get myself a another level? And fort up a new weapon from scratch. Oh, you know, resources, you know. What do I think about PvP, Dario? PvP gives me, anxiety. A little while back, I did a thing in Navia where I was just, challenge people to duel me 1v1. Actually, I did a video for it. But, generally, I don't like PvP because, my heart rate spikes and then I can't think straight and I don't know what I'm doing. You saw a little bit of that if you were around earlier when I was struggling with that boss. But, you know, it is a bit of a whales game in the PvP zone right now because the people that are in there nuking are the people that have got the best gear. So if you want to play PvP, your choices are basically Holy versus Evil, which doesn't require gear. Although I hear that your level does affect your damage, so the higher your level, the easier it'll be. And then, of course, the one for... is that the one that's on right now? Yeah, Divine Trial, the one for getting the Holy Spirit crystals to get yourself a Holy Spirit. That one doesn't require gear either. Issei Hyodo, how much gold is needed to upgrade a weapon to plus 30? Great question. I have no idea. I do not spend gold on fortifications. I only use these LP store forts. I gather them up until I'm ready to go. So, if you're patient, you can do it without spending gold. You've just got to grind out LP on a weekly basis and get yourself forts. You also get a couple from the daily logins, but not this month apparently. So the other thing about forting up weapons is that I grind LP by doing bond dungeons. And the difference between Bond Dungeons and Vault of Eternity is that in order to make up the amount of LP you need to do a lot of Bond Dungeons, which have the side benefit of possibly dropping in the Bond trophies, which can be very valuable. Like I mentioned earlier that I found one in my inventory, and I have no idea why it was just sitting in a storage on an alt that doesn't even run Bond Dungeons. I sold it for 40,000 G, so that's not bad for a single item drop in game. But also, those dungeons... Oh, I didn't mean to get stunned there. But also, those dungeons drop fortification scrolls. So, in Vault of Eternity, you get more LP. In Bond Dungeons, you get fortification scrolls. And if you're going to spend your LP on fortification scrolls anyway, and I'm talking about the plus 21s, then that'll get you a pretty good ways on fortifying without using any gold. And that's my strategy. But I'm also patient because, as you can see, I can handle the endgame level dungeons. And just as a side note, this isn't a real manual. It's a 7-day manual. I'm not one of the people that can afford those kind of things. Where's my Jormungand? Relatedly to thumbnail and whatnot, and my Jormungand here, I need a time of day name for Jormungand. So if anybody has any ideas for a good name for my little sneaky guy, let me know. It just has to be different from all of my other time of day names on Eidolons. Oh, while we're here, actually, I'd pointed it out earlier, but inside these dungeons, yeah, as you can see, the reason why I focus on using my Storm skill is because it's the only one that actually is above less than 0%. All of my other skills have been debuffed below their base damage. Well, Issei, I'm not a pure free-to-play because I have spent money in the past. I think somebody asked me on a live stream the other day how much I've spent. And if you're keeping in mind that I've been playing this game for 10 years, since it first came out, so that's I think a little over 10 years now. I actually forget the exact release date because it's been so long. But in that time, I have probably spent a maximum of $150 Canadian. So in American dollars, that's probably close to just $100 in 10 years. So I'm not 100% free to play, but I am definitely not a heavy casher. Not by a long shot. And I also haven't spent... Okay, I spent $5 since the transition to X Legend. That's it. Total, flat out, Canadian dollars. And I'm adding Canadian because our dollar is so freaking weak these days that it bid $5 Canadian is next to nothing US. Yeah, I think we can just do this without Otohime. Save her for the Eidolon. And if you've noticed, yes, the spawn rate is still 100% for these new dungeons. Probably want to buff up a little bit on the bard. Get Otohime out here. And she died before she could use it. There we go. You want to know the sad reason why I probably never ended up spending any more money? It's because there was one costume that I really, really wanted in the area days. Costume. Owned. This one. Actually, I'll pull it out so you can see that I even got it dyed, and it's cute and everything, right? It's beautiful. Love it. I've even got a super costume enchant on it, and rerolled the 15% boss damage, so I really, really loved it. Put a lot of investment into it. It crashes the game. And it still does to this day. It's been years. So one of the first times that I actually went in and put, I think, $40 down all at once. Again, Canadian dollars. So not $40 American. But yeah, I put down the money and I bought the costume. And then I can't even use it because it crashes the game. Auto target button, tab. Just tabbing between different mobs here is how I'm getting to different mobs. It's not really auto target per se, it's just target swap. Or do you mean for the Eidolons to automatically use skills? The reason why I don't do that is because I want to control what time Otohime uses her skills, right? So if I summon her in, and she's on aggressive Eidolon, she might use one of her other skills first. Or she might not use it right away. I prefer to control Otohime specifically, but for Jormungand, I just leave him on aggressive. I'm just not bothering with Sniper Storm because it doesn't really do much. Yeah, so I've got Wind Laser pretty good upgraded. I'm probably going to get it to gold. But Sniper Storm, not worth upgrading, and also the dot isn't really doing much on these kind of bosses anyway. Come on. Oh, come on, I just healed him, and he immediately took a hit. I really do need to get some more accessories on my little guy here. It just feels like a shame to get Eidolon accessories nowadays. Oh, the Gaia Cube. That Gaia Cube weapon is gonna do you good. The first one you get goes up to level 40, and then you should get a pack in the mail at level 30 that includes more gearboxes and stuff. And inside that gearbox, there should also be an advanced Gaia weapon. Hold on, let me just kind of scroll down here and I'll show ya. Where'd it go? It's like level 40, I think. There you go. Advanced Gaia weapons. These ones level up with you till 75. So that'll do you as well. Your other option is there's a quest around, I want to say, the end of Demarek Mines that gives you a Harvey's weapon. You can take that to Navia, buy 32 of them, and then star them up, and that makes a pretty decent weapon actually for a pretty good chunk of the game as well. So you can use your Gaia weapon, or you can use the Harvey weapon. As for using the button to target without the pointer, oh, I do. I actually tab all the time. However, I want to make sure that I'm targeting the bosses when I'm fighting a boss, so I manually target bosses, and I also specifically try to target mobs that I'm gonna be able to hit more mobs with them. Because the tab target doesn't always take me to where I want to go. So sometimes I actually play with a controller. And when I play on a controller, it can be quite challenging to get to the mobs that I specifically want to target. So personally, I've kind of picked up a habit of when I'm not using a controller, just specifically targeting the ones that I want. I think it's a habit from playing bow, actually, because on bow, you don't necessarily really want to just target the closest mob. You want to target the one that you're going to be able to hit the most with on your dimensional shot or your prismatic punishment. Ooh, treasure chest. I'm just gonna quickly throw a lock on this here guy, and then we can quickly... Oh, no, we don't want to scrap that, I think. Oh, wait, no, that was just, yeah, that was just a Demeter. That'll help my inventory a little bit. Yeah, so I swear I meant to look. How far am I from the solo achievements here? I got distracted by my other pathetic achievement counts. Also this, 1.602 times 10 to the power of negative 19? Anybody know what that's a reference to? Okay, Nadia solo 70 times, and 51 for Savit, because, oh, whoops, I forgot this is party mode. Yeah, the solo challenge mode doesn't count for Savit, so obviously less there. For no reason, might I add. They should really fix that. I should really start getting on the achievement grind again here, too. Yeah, at least I got it out before he stunned me. Guildies have been pretty quiet this whole time, so I didn't bother turning off Guild Barrage, but if they start chatting, I might hide it. I really love Guild Barrage, though, so if you're not familiar, inside your guild, the chats will kind of just scroll across the screen. Yeah, cool. The charge of an electron. That does sound about right for a floor, or an achievement for a floor that's got the lightning dragon. Interesting. Thank you, Dario. Electron if negative, proton if positive. Yeah, that checks out. I can't fact check you though. I'm not an expert on that topic, but it sounds about right. There was somebody recruiting for floor 12 earlier. But yeah, a lot of people are still not ready to head for floor 12, so I am going to be... I've got the video footage for it, at least for that boss, but basically the floor 12 is the same as the solo mode floor 12. You've got, at first you spawn 2 copies of, it's Taluk, right? Taluk the, yeah, because Vlakia is Sky, Taluk is, Lightning. He spawns 2 copies of the Lightning Dragon in human form, and you gotta take him down. And then the big guy spawns. Oh, hello, Campbell. This is Whipmaster. Floor 12, right. So 2 copies of the human form of the Lightning Dragon spawn, and you kill them. And then the big boss spawns, and he gains a positive or a negative charge. And you'll gain a positive or a negative charge. So you've got to move onto little orbs that appear on the ground that match, or I guess are opposite of your current charge to negate it, because if your current charge is the same as the boss's charge, you will heal him every time you attack. Footage from day 1 that we tried has some very embarrassing attacks on my part when I incorrectly read what the boss's current charge was, which is fun. But yeah, so if you negate your charge, you'll do regular damage. And in solo mode, you can take the opposite charge of the boss to do more damage, and then his charge swaps every 30 seconds. When we were testing it out yesterday, we didn't bother with the seeing if taking the opposite charge would buff you, because we were doing enough damage without that. And by we, I mean my very impressive carry who was assisting, because clearly not me if I can't even handle the S25 Dragon Dungeon. But, I mean, I could handle it, but just, like, barely. But yeah, no, I'm not carrying a floor 12 anytime soon myself. But yeah, so unlike floor 10 and 11, where even if you don't know the mechanics, as long as you just get in there and start throwing some debuffs on the bosses, you're helping. For floor 12, if you don't know what you're doing, you really gotta stand back, otherwise you're even like a pathetic attack's gonna heal the boss. But yeah, my class is Whipmaster, which is fun. Which is the strongest class right now for a main? There's arguments about that, but a lot of people are saying Wizard nowadays. And I guess I'm gonna spread Wizard propaganda. If you don't have like a huge, massive archive, Stellar Sphere is also a fun one, because it's got a lot of good buffs built into it that you can choose like which one's best suits your playstyle. And of course, Chib is still pretty darn up there in terms of strength because of its self-buff mechanics. So I think you want Wizard or Stellar Sphere or the Chib, or is it Star Color, the one that uses the puppets. Well, but if you're a returning player, it's also probably worth mentioning that the Grenadier and Guardian both got massively reworked as well recently. So both of them are a lot stronger than they used to be if you played them before and thought they were kind of mid, but you liked the weapons, I suppose. I kind of wish I was playing on my Wizard right now. The Ravagers aren't strong, but Ravagers are really, really good at clearing. So if you want to build up a Flame Ravager, you've got the you've got a skill that bounces between mobs like a really long distance. and does an amazing job of gathering up all the mobs in any area. Like if you're doing daily quests or if you're doing the main quest, Ravager is gonna like absolutely nuke everything in the area. But you have to be strong enough for that, right? Oh, is Dario a member of Transcendent? Oh shoot, I just realized I forgot to put Hoder back in the for linking. I'm not out of combat, so I can't do it. Oh yeah, I was in the middle of explaining how Guild Barrage worked too, just in case anybody was curious as to what the heck the scrolling words across the screen were. But you can turn it off in your settings. But basically it just kind of makes your guild chat feel like you're on Nico Nico Doga or something. Oh, silver! Oh. Ah. Do. This... No, it's regular solo, so no chest. Ah, we can kill mobs. Where's my tea, anyway? Oh, yeah, I used to spend a ton of time on Nico Nico Doga because back in university, I was really into I was really into Vocaloid music, so I would listen to like the rankings to try and find new music because I wasn't sure easier ways to find it, and that was a good like spread of different songs. Ise Hyodo, Stellar Sapphire, Dark or Fizz. So I can't play physical. I don't have an Eidolon that's like specifically geared for it, and I don't have a lot of archive for it. But I've been told that if you want to play physical, it's just as good as Dark, but you need all of that extra stuff going on. Like you need more expensive Eidolons, you need more archive, you need a lot more stuff. So Dark is definitely the much more free-to-play friendly. And who's my favorite Vocaloid? I mean, if I said Hatsune Miku, that'd just be too, that'd be too boring, right? So I really did like how Hatsune Miku got a lot of works, right? But I guess I really liked Ia. Not even technically a Vocaloid, right? Oh, I've got a really good cover of Lost Ones Weeping by Shuhei. If you haven't heard it before, look it up. And by God, I mean that I used one of those, like, video to song conversion websites. My bad. Yeah, something along the lines of that. Sorry, I have the name in Japanese on my computer. I'm pretty sure it's Shuhei. Boss. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all for here. Yep, we are done all of the S30s, so we're on to S25. Oh, inventory definitely... Oh, another formula. Not as good as the last one I got. Inventory definitely needs a clean, so let's do that first. I used to open these to give to my alt character to fill in their archive for costumes, but right now I'm not. They take too long to open. Costume chests shouldn't have a cooldown. And the last time I did this, when my fragments hit 60,000, it actually just stopped. Like it let me disassemble them, but it didn't do anything with the extra fragments, so I want to avoid that. Sell off the rest to an NPC so that I can just get a little bit of gold out of it. I might not hit it. Well, level 70 is about when you're gonna be doing the main quest still. So if you're still looking to level up, your main quest is really the way that you're gonna get to end game. But if you're thinking more in a philosophical sense of you don't know what to do in the game, well, unfortunately for MMOs, you kind of have to have a target, right? Like if you're just playing because you're looking for content, I mean, there's dungeons, there's achievements, there's all sorts of stuff that you can do, but if you don't find that to be fun, then you probably should look at what kind of goals you have. Like if you just want to goof around with people, you might want to chill around in Navia and see who's around, maybe chat with some of the players that are in your guild and stuff. But that is a question that gets asked a lot, is what should I do? And the answer for that in an MMO is like, well, set a goal. So my goal right now is I'd like to be cap level, because cap level means cap cool, right? And of course, I want to be able to damage the mobs on floor 71 in Sky Tower. I can do damage to them, but I can't kill them in a decent amount of time, so I don't count myself as being strong enough. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so if you're just looking for levels, keep picking away at the main quest. There should be around your level a main quest where you have to go to some different NPCs. Oh gosh, I mean, I've done it so many times, you'd think I'd remember what it was called. Oh yeah, Sky Tower goes up to 75 right now. In fact, there should be a Sky Tower tonight. The should be. The Sky Tower that runs on Saturdays is the one that does level 50 to 75. What? What dungeon are we doing next? Snowflame. Yeah, we're gonna do Snowflame. But yeah, so floor 71 tonight. If the Transcendent Guild raid isn't gonna go forward because our leader doesn't have their internet tonight. But if I can join into the other raid that sometimes goes at that time slot, I'm hoping that with my new pen buff from finishing up Xiao Xiao, I will be able to do some like decent damage to them. But basically, the floor 71 has a whole bunch of flowers that spawn in as you. This is gonna sound like nonsense. Flowers spawn in as you water other flowers, and then you've got to kill the flowers that spawn while trying to water the other ones. And every time you get close to one, you get turned into like a small ant. It sounds like nonsense. I've done a live stream of it, so you could check if you want. But basically, in order to kill those mobs, you've got to be far enough away from them that you're not gonna become turned into an animal. And you've also got to do like a ridiculous amount of damage, and by that I mean you probably just need a lot of pen. So let me see, where is it? Eidolon Archive. As you can see, my archive isn't like even top 100 achievement ranking or anything. But I did just finish Xiao Xiao. This little cutie. So where is she in here? I know she's got one with pen. Here. I got 6% pen from Xiao Xiao by completing this our little archive here. So I'm hoping that that'll at least put me a little over the edge compared to where I was before, because I was doing damage, it just wasn't... It was just very pathetic. The people that I was trying to free were probably staring at me thinking, geez, I wish anybody else was the one helping me. Oh, and my spur is over, isn't it? I wouldn't mind getting the Classmaster pen buff for Sky Tower. But here it's pretty much useless. Not helping me at all. And these dungeons are easier, so I shouldn't die. But I have a bad habit of doing a bad job on the last boss here too, so you're seeing 139 out of 153, but a lot of my new Eidolons are only 1 star, so they're not adding anything to my stats basically. Hold on. I mean, there's a boss. I can't mess around in menus while I'm supposed to be fighting. The answer is no, I don't have a Hachijo-hime, since that's what they've decided to call her. But yeah, a lot of my new Eidolons are only 1 star because, I mean, even not very new ones are 1 star. Right now, I think my next target is Hoder, which I put on his crown with the intention of linking him, and then again I have forgotten to add him back into the party to link. Since I was hoping to use Iwanaga Hime here for some healing, and then she was just too slow. Hoder. Because Hoder's also got some pen, but the one that I really should be working on is Shuten Doji. Where is Shuten Doji? I forget what element she is. Here. Her archives would be a lot more helpful to me, but I don't know. Cool dudes can't give up on the cool dudes. You're so weak and thin. You should eat better. You know what? You're so right. After we finish the live stream today, I am going to have a nice bowl of curry. I got a big pot of Japanese dog curry in the fridge right now. So, easy meal. As for Hachijo-hime, looks gorgeous. I'm actually a fan of butterfly motifs. I don't know if you've noticed that I'm using Eris and her Eris costume, and they both got butterfly motifs about them. Big fan of butterfly motifs, but obviously I'm not buying anything for the Rainbow Paragon because I'm not paying cash. And I looked in the auction house yesterday and someone was selling her key fragments for I think it was 180,000 G? 80, nice, Resonant. So yeah, I know I'm not a spend 180,000 G on a pretty butterfly lady kind of person. And also they need to fix her name. I hereby declare that if you get Hachijo-hime and you're listening to me, you need to rename her to, oh gosh, why? I can't even remember what her name is supposed to be off the top of my head because I'm so, incensed about this. It is supposed to be Yagami-hime. So if you get her, and you're listening to the stream right now, you have to promise me that you're going to rename yours to Yagami-hime, because that's their correct name. And if anyone from X Legend stops by, at the very least, please correct the spelling for Hime. Like, look, it's H-E-M-E. I will die to show you guys this. H-E-M-E is like something to do with iron and blood. Heme. Not princess, okay? Unacceptable. Although I probably shouldn't say much about, like, renaming Eidolons, because I still haven't come up with a good name for Jormungand here. So, again, if anybody has a name for a time of day that would work for Jormungand that I haven't used already, let me know, because I need more names that are times of day. I don't know if the font's going to be large enough to see, but I'm trying to name all of my Eidolons after times of day, or at least time of day adjacent things. And there's just too many. There's so many Eidolons. Gosh, it was so easy when I only had like 30 Eidolons, and I was like, morning, noon, night, dusk, easy. Now that you mention it, I do have Daybreak and Nightfall, but I don't have Golden Hour. I've never heard of that referred to as a time of day, but you know what? You're right, it is. I just don't think that necessarily suits Jormungand very well. Do I have any other Eidolons that would work for? I kind of feel like that might work for Anubis. Oh, who's attacking me? One of those lightning guys are coming through the walls. I think that's the, You know what? I know you meant for Jormungand, but that name, I love it for Anubis. Done. Okay, but now we need one for Jormungand. Oh, where is my, Murder time isn't even really a great time of day, but, like, the crows, right? A group of crows is a murder, so whatever. And I feel ya on the, using the default names. And honestly, if I were starting the game today... you know what, Campbell? I've used all of those. So... I mean, I've got 139 Eidolons, so yeah, there's a lot that have been used. You know, I don't want to lean too far into other languages. I did go ahead and use Meridian as well as Antimeridium for AM because, like I said, I'm running out. But I didn't want to go too far into other languages, so like I would prefer to have more esoteric English words than to go too far into Latin, because if you're just going into Latin, I could just do the whole set all over again, right? And how many are there? There's 153, and that doesn't include starters. Actually, when I was on the archive, I noticed, or sorry, not the archive, the database website, I noticed that they added a new one to the game data. Is she in here? No, they still put Hachijo Hime in. Who was it that they just added? Should probably fight the boss. Shamal. Now, you're not going to be surprised by this, but Shamal, if you look on the database, is a pretty lady with a dark scythe and angel hair. Or angel-ish sort of crown, I guess? Halo? Radiating with evil energy. What is she? Angel of Death? Yeah, Angel of Death. Now, she's pretty. Hold on, let me check out her skills. Move speed. Sealed status. And on upgrade. Dark attribute. And self buff. I do have Gloam. I do have Gloam. Maybe I should be showing you these names that I've got just so that you believe me, but I know I've got Gloam somewhere. Look! Try not dying. How about that? Wow. I died because I was distracted by Eidolon names. Come on. Pathetic. Anyway, Gloam. I know I've got Gloam. That's the bottom of the list. Oh, no, this is actually just Storm. Hold on. It's Gloom. Gloam. There we go. That's not a very good name for, oh gosh, now I'm forgetting the real names of Vermilion, but it's the name I picked, so it is what it is. And there's Vespers. Someone asked me if I named my Uriel Mom, because the R and the N kind of look like they're one letter. Mom. Okay, now I can't die twice in the same run to lower level bosses, so... Yeah, there we go. Anyway, this new... Well, I wouldn't even call afternoon tea so much a K-On reference as just like a somewhat... like, just a thing that happens at a time of day, so I counted it. But yeah, I've got afternoon tea for, what was that? Alice. Which makes sense, of course. I just realized I've had them behind my head, so you can't even see the eidolons. I'm a professional, clearly. Whoop, wait, right there, that window. Do I still have experience cards on? I get the feeling they ran out and I've just been running without even basic experience cards. Yeah, good job me. Like I said, I didn't claim to be smart. At least not so far today. Oh, Sleepy Cat got the big list. Oh, come on. Boss, let's see. Merlin is one that I'm actually quite excited about because he looks cool. And unfortunately for meta reasons, I just have a habit of liking, or rather trying to collect the cool ones over the ones that are meta. Typhon, Cinderella, Kuberi Dionysus. I don't know how to say that name correctly, so you can get angry at me for that in the chat. Summer Guan Yu, Christmas Frigga, New Year's Yagami Hime, I'm gonna say. Oh, jeez. Can't die here. Guan Yu, Bride Inaba, Mary, and Pan. Now, I don't think I remember. Oh, is that what that pretty lady in like the tan coat is, Pan? Should I pull up this on the other screen? Okay, I'm not very good at live streaming, so if I try to pull up what this character looks like on the other screen. Just do window capture. No, not that. That's the chat. This lady? No, that's not the lady. There we go. This lady. She real pretty, right? Is that Pan? I gotta say, she looks quite nice, but I haven't quite figured out what exactly is going on. She's just kind of leaning back in mid-air with a big long coat. Gosh, I keep just looking at her. And then, Yagami Hime for New Year's. She looks a lot shorter. I don't know why, though. I think just the angle that the database has the art for her. She just looks really, really short in her New Year's form. This is what I get for trying to fight without looking while I'm trying to do something on another window. I'm, like, the best. Clearly. Speaking of being the best, last month at the end of the month, I decided that I wanted to get my second ruby coins, despite the fact that I had spent more time doing wishes than doing dungeons, so I was super far behind. But this month... Okay, the amount of dragon points that I have farmed so far this entire month, doing quite a bit of grinding, is the amount that I had to grind in one night on the 28th of February. So, originally I was thinking about live streaming it, just to be like, hey, I'm grinding out dungeons, getting my ruby coins. Oh my gosh, by the end of it, I was just dead. Like, literally 230,000 dragon points in one day. Not even one day, it was after work, so it was like in one evening. I stayed up so late that night. Okay, now I am looking at the other Eidolons, though. Dionysus is the one that's the rather cool-looking kid sitting on a treasure chest that really should have been a cool older dude. It is a shame that they made him into one of the young guys. Yeah, do I pull over the art for this one too? Hold on. We're in solo mode right now, so it's not like they're gonna be able to kill me. Hold on. Window capture... Okay, no, that's the chat again. There. This dude. Doesn't he look cool? Like I said, just a shame that he's... No, discard. Go get out of here. How do I get rid of it? No! There. Clearly I'm so good at this streaming thing. Yeah, I think my problem is that I would be much stronger if I focused on actually starring these guys instead of just collecting the cool ones. He's a good name for Poseidon too. She's super cool. Well, Dario, the reason why I name all my my eidolons, well, let's not say tunes, because clearly Athos isn't named after a time of day. But the reason why I name a lot of my characters, and I'm trying to name all of my eidolons, but after times of day is I don't know, aesthetic. Hello, Camster. Uh, Now, I'm gonna guess that maybe a couple of you guys might have seen that video with LTT. Maybe? Maybe one or two of you? Well, when I visited LTT, one of the questions they asked me was where my name came from, and truth is that I was writing a story where I named the main character. Actually, I guess the side character. She ended up being a side character. I named the character I thought was going to be the main character, but ended up being a side character midday. And I was kind of really in the middle of, like, a huge part of the creative process when I started. So I named my character midday, and then just on a whim, I started naming my eidolons after times of day. So, the problem now... Oh, Linus Tech Tips. It's another YouTube channel, but they're a pretty big one. In fact, I feel like your chances of knowing who I am and not knowing who they are pretty low. I mean, I know that they're based in the same area as me, so I'm probably a little bit biased. But yeah, they've got 16 million subscribers, and I've got not even 2,000. So obviously, we're in completely different levels. But I did get I applied to be. I applied to be in one of their videos, and they called me, so I went. But yeah, my big problem now is that I still want to finish that story, like to a level where I'd be able to share it with people. But I mean, midday is now kind of me, and not the character. And she was named after a time of day for a specific reason, so like, I don't know, do I just rename her to a different time of day so she's not midday anymore? Or do I just push through and be like, hey, I swear I'm named after her, not her named after me? Oh yeah, I write as a hobby. I don't like to talk about it too much because I don't think I'm a good writer, but... Can I say it? I also don't mention it often, but I do have a Ko-fi page where if you are so inclined, you are able to send me a donation of a coffee. And on that page, I have a story that I have written available for anyone to just download for free. It's not locked to like a paywall or anything. It's just a story that I wrote that's out for free. It's not the one with midday, but it is a story that I wrote for free. Anyone could read it, but I'm not a good author, so don't get too excited or anything. But yeah, I write for fun all the time, and I have been writing for a long time. Oh my goodness, I used to read Artemis Fowl when I was younger. Oh gosh, that's a blast from the past. Poseidon's whale. I would have thought that it would be like as big as the dreamy whale. It's not? Oh my gosh, it's teeny! That is disappointing. Also, put my wings in. Isn't the dreamy whale gigantic? Apparently I've forgotten what the actual name of the whale is. Wait, maybe searching whale would work. Oh. Like, look at... You're right. Poseidon's whale is very much underwhelming. Compared to, the other whales we have. I mean, frankly, if you want a fish that big... Yeah, costumes. Is it in here? No, I guess it would be under mount. Ugh, duh. If you want a small fish that you can ride on, you may as well go for the shark that's got a mustache, okay? So, down with Poseidon whale, get mustache shark. Yes, of course I was searching for the mustache shark. Right, I should turn in the quest before I run away, hey? We want pumpkin lantern. I know the mustache shark is hard to get, but that's why he's worth it. The mustache shark is worth the grind. Alright. The next dungeon... The mobs at the start have reflect. Not my favorite mobs in the game. And I always have a tendency to run past and grab the wrong quest, so... Make sure we got the right one this time. Yeah, the bosses are fine. I can beat the bosses just fine. It's just the mobs are really annoying. So there's two ways you can handle this. You can run through and end yourself on the mobs at the first boss. Or... Oh, I killed chat. So you can run through, kill yourself on the mobs, and then just ignore them for the rest of the dungeon and leave them sitting at the front. Or you can do your best not to die. And one of these choices might turn into the other. Yeah, my experience is, provided you keep them moving, they can't get the skill off. Oh, and he got it off anyway. So, if I do this and he runs into it, I will die. Just like that. Have I seen See the Money anime? Maybe I better let Access know. Yes, I am live. Have I seen... You know, I have seen C. Because I remember the end theme. But if you were to ask me anything about it, I literally do not recall a single thing about that show. So if I can get the... I can get my blood whip off on them, I'm fine. Uh-oh. Oh dear, Norcas? Yeah, it is about money. I do remember there being a lot of money involved in that show. Oh no, I'm a bit worried. Norcas, we've made an agreement in the past that you're not going to do what you did again, right? Hold on a minute, though. What's that song? I can't put it on because it's, obviously it's copyrighted. the end theme for C was called RPG by School Food Punishment. I do have that song on my phone, and I do like it. So clearly, I liked the show enough back in the past to download its end theme, but I don't remember a single thing about it. I think there was some really experimental animation during the fight scenes. I used to watch so much anime, but nowadays I only watch a couple. Couple good ones, or things that make me angry. Gosh. Okay, I started rage watching an anime with a friend, and it's the worst anime I have ever actually sat through the entire thing, and the only reason I can do it is because we watch it on Discord together. And gosh, I don't even want to say the name of it because I don't want to curse anyone else to even think about possibly looking at it, but... No, School Days is so old that I had a friend telling me about it in high school, and at that point it was already old. Maybe that makes me sound younger than I am. I'm not very young. No. Sword Art Online, I did try to watch a little bit of it because, I mean, it's so big, you gotta give it at least a I need to know what's happening here, I suppose, but I couldn't watch much. It wasn't my cup of tea. It feels like we're getting a little chunky. I mean, if you like it, no shade. The one that I'm talking about that was so bad that it's absolutely zero redeeming qualities and I'm only rage watching it, bajillion times worse. Of course, if you ask me about my favorite animes, gonna name drop a super obscure one so that nobody can judge me. Kemono no Soja Erin, or The Beast Player Eren. Absolutely adore it. It's a child's show. It's got very easy language, so it's probably most people's hard pass, but beautiful story. Absolutely adore it. Epic. Just epic proportions of the way that they go through the entire life of a character. As for more common ones, Natsume Yujincho. I've actually got a I'm not like super big into anime figures, but Natsume Yujincho, also known as Natsume's Book of Friends, I've actually got a big figure on my on one of my floating shelves. Maybe I'll post a picture of it after the live stream. It's just a beautiful statue from the show. Oh, Inuyasha's a classic. I'm just gonna drop the names in chat so that you guys can look them up and spread some love to Natsume and Erin. Hold on. I mean, of course, Sessho Maru's the best. But anyway, hold on a second. Natsume Yujincho. And I love Natsume so much that not only do I have the figure, but I've actually started collecting the manga in Japanese as well. It's just... shipping from Japan is absurd right now, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get the newest volume. Names, Book of Friends, and Kemono no Soja Erin. And if you guys decide to look them up, let me know what you think of them, because they're some of my favorite two shows, but you're definitely not going to like Aaron because like I said, it's a kids show and you gotta let it simmer. And it's 50 episodes long, so it's a lot of simmering. But it's wonderful. Which actually reminds me that that's actually the reason why I unsubscribed from Crunchyroll, is because they took down Kemono no Soja Eren. I guess both are kind of slice of life-ish in the way that they're presented, but I feel like that does them a disservice by just calling it that. Kemono no Soja Erin is about, I guess, spoiler warning, a girl who goes through a very traumatic event at a young age, and it's kind of like the story of her life. Moving on from that, and kind of becoming no, I'm not gonna give any more details than that. It's just you have to give it a shot if you want to watch it. It's definitely not a neither of them are very like action oriented or anything, but yeah, Natsume Yujincho is about yokai and stuff, so that one's fun. But it's definitely more slice of life-ish than like action oriented. I'm kind of disappointed that we, Alright, so hidden inside the soundtrack that I put on in the background of live streams that I just put on shuffle is the Age of Empires 2 soundtrack, and I just always feel a little bit disappointed when we get to, like, I'm gonna be finishing soon, and and it hasn't come on yet, so I don't know, I'm just gonna sort by length and scroll to the absolute longest track on my playlist, and yeah, we're going to end the stream when the oh shoot, he used the buff. We're gonna end the stream when this song ends, which is 30 minutes from now. Yes. No, Natsume just had its most recent season not too long ago, which was again another good one, but I'm just trying to think of, like, both of those are relatively old shows, like, yeah, Natsume was airing when I was in high school, like the first couple seasons. Really dating myself there, but for more recent anime, I can't even really think of anything that stands out too much in my mind. Like, I know Frieren was, like, enjoyable, but I don't know, it's not like my top #1 anime ever. Put Jormungand on the freaking thumbnail and then I barely summon him. But just as a reminder, I do need a time of day name for Jormungand, so feel free to throw a couple in the chat if you can think of some that I haven't. I did kind of give a little bit of a description of my restrictions, so it needs to be a time of day, obviously. It should be in English. Latin is a bit cheap, because I could basically just redo my entire list in Latin and then it'd be easy. And I can't have used it. I've used a lot, so just throw some stuff in chat and I'll see if I can remember having used it before, if you can come up with anything. I almost got excited for a second. Let's see what it is. Storm Axe. Unfortunately, Axe is definitely... the Ravager's definitely more, flame right now. So I don't know that anybody would want that. Yeah, especially since it's got fire skill damage buff. That's not designed for a Stormrav. What, you want it, Norgas? If you want it, it's yours. I don't know. Are you on Axelis? Is that your character? Yeah, I figured you would already have one. It is Encyclopedia a bull. If you want it for starting up your gear, it's totally yours. Just let me know which character to send it to. I got an S35 trash weapon to fort up and use for my holy chest, so I'm gonna be okay for holy chest fodder for a bit. Copied right from chat. There you go. Do. One Stormax, all yours. No problemo. But you're gonna have to change your name now because now you've got an axe. Just gonna turn up the volume there just a teeny bit. Now, Campbell, that sounds like a lovely name, but it's definitely French. I haven't studied French for a large number of years, but if I remember correctly, isn't that like the French word for wake up? Gosh. And I have not... The last time I did anything in French would have been in high school. And I completely started forgetting everything I knew about French when I started studying Japanese. My brain could only handle one extra language at a time. You know, maybe not for Jormungand then, but if it's a military term, what about Liu Bei? I don't know about silent hour. I've never heard that specifically referring to a time of day. In like the same context as witching hour or golden hour. But I do think that I will give this I don't know, how would you pronounce that in English? Reveille? I think I'll give it a pass because it's Liu Bei. I'll go for it. Two more Eidolons named. Alright, next dungeons. What should we do next? Because like I said, I'm gonna finish once the song is over, but there's still 23 minutes in the song. And we're definitely gonna finish solos here. So I guess it's the other worlds? Those are so easy though. Oh, First Light definitely have. Sleepy Cat, beautiful name, but time of day, unfortunately. The theme is times of day. I had kind of gotten halfway into explaining it earlier, but like originally when I started, I decided to just randomly start naming some of my eidolons after times of day because my character's name was Midday and I thought it was thematically cute. If I could go back in time, I would have stopped myself because it's a little bit suffering with this many eidolons. But I like things being in sets. So now that I've started the set, I have to finish it. But yeah, definitely if I was going back in time now, I would stop myself. If I had to actually complain about a name for an eidolon, it's that dusk is my second favorite time of day name. And I wasted it on the starter for midday. I mean, obviously I used it as the starter for midday because it was the first eidolon I had, and I was naming them. So, obviously I used my favorite name. There isn't really that much benefit to running these. Yeah, I've got Zenith, and I'm gonna actually show you guys this one because obviously I named. Oh, I guess I did reuse Dusk on him. Obviously, I used Zenith for Tyr because he's the best. Tyr's my favorite, so Tyr gets to be Zenith. And yeah, I see I caved and I just put Dusk on Santa Tyr because obviously it's my favorite name and Tyr's my favorite guy. If you didn't know Tyr was my favorite guy from the statues on my actual avatar desk. Oh, I was talking with someone about this a little while back, but we were joking that for April Fools, I should replace all the statues on my desk here with Ace Tyr, the character, and just like pretend that I've always been a fan of Ace Tyr. I think it would work better if I actually had like the Ace Tyr pet or something though. Eh. Contract, sorry, the Ace Tyr contract, which I do not have. Honestly, Flocky is probably my best contract. Campbell, you did really, really good. It is hard at this stage because I've had so many eidolons, like, named. I'm happy to even get one new name. But, you know. What ones do I have left? I've got that need to be named. Sorry, what ones do I need that need to be named? I've got Poseidon, Odin, Christmas Sakuya, Christmas Andrea, Gaia. Actually, that's not bad. I thought I had more that were missing. Time to go home. But yeah, the rules are a little bit strict because I feel like it's a bit of a cop-out to just start choosing other languages. Daylight and noontide are definitely taken, Sleepy Cat. I'm not sure about those other ones being specifically times of day. So, like, Morn Star has the word morn in it, but the star itself kind of changes it to no longer be a time of day. It's a name for the star, right? And I've never heard of Aurora Bell, so I might have to Google that. And again, Lunara doesn't quite sound like a time of day that I've heard before. I will make note. Where's my notepad? I don't know where my notepad is. I will copy and paste it into a oh, it doesn't let me copy it. There we go. I will copy and paste it into a notepad and review upon completion. Oh, yeah, go on my screen. Breaking Dawn. You laugh, but I have used Breaking Dawn. I'm like 99% certain I have. Listen, if I've used Caligenosity, pretty confident I've used Breaking Dawn. Gotta be in here somewhere. Imagine if it's not. I know you're probably thinking that that's where I got the name. Oh, Breaking Dawn. Here we go on a beautiful lady here. You're probably thinking that's where I got it from because back in those days, I was actually probably the target audience for the Twilight books. But the truth is, I never got into them, and my interest in Times of Day probably actually originated from the Dusk series in the Atelier games. And I know it sounds like I'm just like coping here or something, but seriously, I never did like the Twilight series. It just wasn't my vibe. My best friend was super into them, and one time she was too embarrassed to buy one of the books, so she had me go with her to the store. And then, as the cashier passed it back to her, she handed it to me and said, "Happy birthday." Oh, Plumaline! Rush Hour! I do not have that! I love that! We gotta find somebody for it, though. Who's a good one to use Rush Hour on if we only have a Poseidon, Odin, Christmas Sakuya, and Christmas Andrea? Gaia? I do like Rush Hour, though. I like Rush Hour. Do you suppose Christmas works because people are rushing to remember to buy people presents at the last minute? Oh, we're done at this dungeon. Okay, we've got... Yeah, look, no shade on anybody that liked Twilight, but I wasn't into vampires. Just wasn't my thing. Oh, the stairs are breaking. Reality is falling apart. Yep. Let's see. What is the S25 Otherworlds? Silent Dark Castle and Dawn Passage. Oh. Yeah, we'll do Silent Ancient Castle. I don't like Dawn Passage because of the carts, so we're just gonna do... We'll probably end up finishing up here. You know, no shade if you like it. It just wasn't my thing, and like I said, my best friend was kind of embarrassed that she liked them because there was so much of like a odd social stigma about it. And maybe I'm contributing to that when I don't mean to. I just mean that it just really was not the reason why I got attracted to Times of Days as a name for things. But yeah, like we were at a bookstore and she was buying it and then she just handed it to me in front of the cashier and said, "Happy birthday." And I'm like, come on. But yeah, I really shouldn't be so negative about it because if it's something that you like, it's fine. And reading is better than not reading, right? In the same way that me actually being able to sit down and do some writing is better than me not writing, even if it's terrible. So, I mean... If you decide to go and look for that story that I wrote that is available for free for anybody that would like to read it, the only rule is I don't want to hear what you think about it because I'm too shy. I wish I knew more about military because these names aren't ringing a bell in terms of being like time related in my head. I think that's the most important part, right? Also realizing now I don't have a lot of familiarity with military terms. I mean, it's... We did pretty good. I'm still just debating about Rush Hour because I do like the name Rush Hour. It's not hidden, but you might need to go a little bit down. There's a link to a Google Drive where it's just available to download. It's not like listed as a product or anything because it's free. I think I'm pretty sure I put a post on my YouTube page as well, but I do more posts there. Oh, that reminds me, someone sent me a coffee this week actually, so I am going to be able to go out to a nice cafe tomorrow. Tomorrow morning. Cafe time. I mean, I probably shouldn't say this because I don't know that it's going to be good enough to share, but I'm kind of working on a sequel right now to the one that I posted. I don't use e-readers, but there should be both a PDF and an EPUB download. I just have a an old Apple tablet that I use for reading ebooks. Gotta say, Apple might be ridiculous on some things, but the fact that, oh geez, how old is that freaking thing that I've got there? The fact that a like 8-year-old tablet is still like buttery smooth for like functioning, I'm quite happy. Final Countdown doesn't sound like a time to me, but I'm gonna put it in my back pocket for something like one of those really evil looking eidolons. You really want to get one more name in, huh? 0 hour. That reminds me of Zero Picks at work, and I don't want to think about Zero Picks or work right now. Okay, I'm gonna add Rush Hour to my list over here. Because I do like it. I just feel like the eidolons that I have right now aren't a good fit. Maybe this is kind of mean, but I think once I get Zhang Fei, that's her name, right? I think she's Rush Hour. I wanted to buy her yesterday. Somebody had some frags for sale in the auction house, and they weren't too ridiculous. But I decided it would be better to finish Xiao Chao rather than buy a new Eidolon because, like, I have so many I need to work on getting stars for. Am I even getting experience here? Yeah, a little bit. We should probably do Dawn Passage instead of solos here. This place is so long. But we have 8 minutes, so... I'm pretty confident I already finished the achievements here. We'll do a real quick solo challenge and then we'll head over to Dawn Passage for the... Should be last 5 minutes or so. Actually, now that I think about it, I think the story was for... I tried to finish it for when I had 500 subscribers. How long ago was that? That was a while back. Gosh. I remember when I thought 100 was insane. I still find it insane every day. Oh, I'm only thinking that because like if at 500 I did a I released a story, does that mean at 1500 I should try to release another short story? In which case maybe I should try and finish this this so-called sequel? I don't know. Kind of just playing with some ideas, you know? Actually, I have an issue with my Microsoft Word where it keeps telling me that I'm not logged in, so it won't load any of my so editing, if you're editing words, it's hard to edit words that you've written. So what I use is the text-to-speech, but not obviously for making videos, just the text-to-speech built into Microsoft Word to listen to it because it's easier to catch when the grammar is wrong when it's spoken out loud, especially if you've only just written it, right? Because it's easy to just glaze over for what you thought you were writing, not what's actually written. But lately, on my PC and on my tablet, Microsoft just keeps telling me you're not logged in, but like, obviously I'm logged in because you're able to find my files, so I'm kinda in a bad spot with that because it makes editing harder when I can't load voices. I mean, it still has those like, what, Microsoft SAM quality ones? Alright, where's Dawn Passage? I'm not fast enough to run past the carts. I don't have Persephone to cheese the carts. We're just gonna have to challenge the carts head on. And there's 4 minutes left. What's what? It sure is, but I did tell you that you're not allowed to tell me what you think about it. Please don't talk to me about it because I'm too shy because I'm not a very good writer. So, basically the idea was that there's a lot of people writing about isekai stuff right now, and because it's kind of like a trend, and it's not that I wanted to just hop on the trend, but I just wanted to put my own ideas into it. So that's why it's a bad book. It's free, and please do not come at me with critiques because my poor little heart can't handle it. Thank you. Oh boy. I remember when it came out, I was super worried, and my dad texted me like, hey, can I read it? And I said, okay, but like, if you tell me what you think about it, you're getting blocked for a month. Oh, really, I just... It's not I can't handle criticism, because if I thought that I would be able to get better with like help and advice, that would be one thing. I just don't think I'm good enough that it's even worth your effort, kind of thing. Oh gosh, it's really, really hard being creative, huh? Like you see artists that are amazing saying like, oh, my art's so bad, and they're comparing themselves to other people, but I'm not even doing that. I'm just straight up not very good. So. I shouldn't say this. I should really not say this, but I'm going to. I mentioned once to a friend online that I used to write fanfiction. And I didn't tell her what fandom it was for. I didn't tell her anything. I didn't tell her my username at the time. I didn't tell her what website I posted it on. And like a couple hours later, she was just like... And she sent me the username. And I'm like, oh my god. She found it! I didn't even tell her anything about it, and she found it. Like, I have detectives in my friend circles. Gosh. And I mean, fanfiction is fun to write, but I haven't done that since high school either. How did she find it? I know, right? I have, like, literally zero clues, just there exists fanfiction out there that I have written. And a couple hours later, she DM'd me the username that I use, and it's completely unrelated to times of day because it was from in high school. And like I said, I didn't get interested in, like, times of day as a concept for names until the Atelier Dusk series, right? Which was afterwards. Oh, it reset. Well, we only have 1 minute and 28 seconds anyway, so... Now that I've made a fool of myself, that is going to be it for today. We got... Actually, we should probably do Dimension Hall, right? Just finish it off with a Dimension Hall. We got about 15% experience if we do Dimension Hall here. Correct, Campbell. 0 words about it. I don't even want to hear the names of the characters. You're allowed to talk about, Aura Kingdom? Please don't. Them's the rules. That's the rules of the book. You agree to the rules when you download the book. Thanks. I mean, we've only got a Guild Blessing level 3 right now, so it's probably not the best time of day to do a Dimension Hall, but eh. I want to see that nice flat 120% or 20%. That is the end of the Age of Empires music, though. So the stream will be ending shortly, so thank you so much to everybody who came out to watch this debacle of a just grinding stream where I wasted resources, died several times to a boss I should ostensibly have been able to breeze through, as well as made a fool of myself talking about various things. There we go, nice flat 20%. So we got about 15% in that grind for, what, 3 hours? 3 hours. Thank you so much for stopping by, everybody, and I guess we'll catch you next time. Bye! Great at ending streams, as usual.